fearless leader right here.
Right here? Okay, cool. You're the man here.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, so essentially what we do is we just want to get people involved in politics and the political process.
So, like he was saying, you know, the groups or the people that come out and automatically call you guys racist because you're what's your response to that?
Well, so that's interesting because like myself, like I'm not completely white,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
And so we get called like white supremacists all the time. We call names like that, and it's funny because like you know, as you can see, like a good amount of our people here are minorities, and so. You know, it's something that we feel like people unfortunately just listen to what the media says and listen to what the narrative is, because the narrative is that you know, you're right wing, you must be racist, and all these pejoratives. So I think that's unfortunate that people believe that. I mean, I think all we can do really is just show them that that's not true.
But do you think it's easier to show them with love rather than building a wall?
I had a conversation with the president of Black Student Union here. Cool. We were discussing getting together, not making it a public thing, but just a private meeting between our teams, our boards, our people. And
was it a good like civil discussion? No arguments? Anything?
No, we're yelling at each other. It was very friendly and cordial. And so we were having a conversation, like just getting our people together and like breaking down that you know, wall, I guess you could say, that there is between.
But that's why. Why put up the wall? So you even said it yourself.
Well, that's in the metaphorical sense.
I understand it's a symbol, but I feel like, especially like you get it, right? And you understand that there needs to be unity. The fact that you guys didn't argue in your conversation yesterday, you just said breaking down the wall.
Well, the wall that separates groups in a metaphorical and ideological sense, you know. And that's you made a good point. Like 21 more days or whatever, and we're all going back to just being students. The election's over. You know, we're all gonna have to work together and you know get things done and improve our community together, because that's one of our common goals, is just improving the community.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, we're gonna have to work together.
Yeah. I'm glad that you get it and that you're in a position of leadership with the group here on this side. You know, because sometimes you have poor leaders. You know, people that don't really understand the overall message. It should always be unity. You know, but I'm glad that you understand it, and it makes sense. I mean, I understand. Like you said, it's a statement. You guys want to be able to put the wall up, and you know, to be able to defend your beliefs as you know, as Republicans on campus. You don't feel like being drowned out. But I think that if people feel that you guys are racist, you guys have to show them that you're not racist.
And we do everything we can. Our main hope is that we can have conversations more like this, and that are not, you know, just yelling and screaming at each other or progressing beyond that. I mean, because that's really how, you know, if people just yell and scream at each other and just make enemies, you'll never be able to work together.
You have a message behind it, and you guys just want to be heard, and that's fair enough. You have your right to be able to do so, just as much as the other side does as well.
That's the best possible outcome.
Cool. Well, awesome. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Good conversation.
Cool.
Good luck today.
Cool. Thanks. So, how do you guys feel about this happening on your campus today?
Super controversial, but I like that we're able to have, like, you know, a peaceful kind of both sides. Yeah.
Cool. And I think that that's been the response from quite a few of the students, even them. Like, there's not really hate.
We understand the rights of free speech and being able to do what you want, but I feel like there's a dialogue that could have been had instead of these irrational measures. We represent Black Student Union here, and then we're also here in support with MECHA and undocumented immigrants here as well. We're here to educate and to stand up in solidarity with all underrepresented students.
We're here to have our voices be heard, and I'm glad we're having this.
I think the biggest problem with it, especially because we've had the chance to sit down and talk with some of them, they do not see the reason why this is wrong. Why it's offensive. They don't understand the symbols that and the symbolisms that it suggests. They don't understand it, and they don't understand how it's offensive and why it's so degrading to Mexican people. Like, they don't understand it.
I'm standing where I am, sir. I'm holding my ground, sir.
Tell me. Prejudice is a different thing. Everybody that is support. Step this way, please.
I want you to be able to speak.
2 steps this way, please.
I want you to speak your piece too. We all
Don't be discouraged. Take 2 steps this way,
just as much as I want you to be heard. You feel what I'm saying? And that's gonna happen without anger, man. And we can all just bring it down just a little bit.
America was never free.
it sucks the fact that when I'm talking with that side and that side, a lot of times I'm hearing the same things, but we're not coming together and saying the same things. They're saying it behind red tape and behind the wall, and we're saying it over here in the comfort of supporters, but we're not seeing these things happen. Get rid of the tape, get rid of the wall, and then let's talk. But you're right, if the politicians aren't pushing for that, you know, then they can play on hate, and we just feed right into it.
But at the same time, we have to make sure that that applies to both sides. We have to say, okay, lower the voices, bring down the signs, come to talk.
True, very true. Do you think we're ever going to be able to drop the red tape, drop the walls, drop the hate, and just be able to, just how you and I can discuss as human beings right now?
I study law. I want to. I'm all about bringing people together, like having a civil discussion, you know, rather than just yelling your opinions and but sharing them. Oh man!
If you tried to walk around in the middle of the protest there and get hugs, you think you'll get hugs?
I just did. I think.
And I think a problem with it is the perception. I mean, and
they perceive my shirt.
Exactly. It's interpreted.
And it's not that at all. At least from my. I mean, it could be from some. I'm not saying it's not from some people.
Right.
Majority, at least I personally think it's not. I mean,
like I said, it does go both ways. The Make America Great, again, the Trump name, Black Lives Matter, and the signs on this side, they're equally seen by the opposing as the epitome of exactly. It's like, okay, that's a group there that I don't want to associate because they're voicing their opinions in such a fashion that's antithesis to mine.
Yeah.
And I care.
But there's people here that are upset, you know? And he's a good guy, even though he's one of the ones leading the whole thing, but he gets it. He has a good outlook on all of this stuff that's going on. And I just wish that there would be more communication between both sides.
And that's why, sorry to cut you off, but that's why we were out there, is like actually to, like, instead of just be yelling at each other or separated by a barrier, it's to actually like talk to people. And like, I feel like people feel like they're talking to groups more often than they're actually talking to individuals. You know, like when we get people coming up and being like, you guys say this, you guys say that. So, well, no, that's not what I say. I saw that as an individual. Or I mean, and people on our side, you know, can fall into that too and say, well, this is what everybody who doesn't like Trump says. And that's not true either. It's all individuals. I think more individual conversations, obviously, where honestly need to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for being here. I think you're making it more peaceful too.
Thank you so much.
Hugs and see you talking to people. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just think, you know, I want both sides to be heard. I want the protesters to be able to listen to the supporters. They feel like they're often being shut out so that they can't be heard, and vice versa. I want them to be able to hear and understand why the groups on this side feel like they're being oppressed. And the more that they can do that, I think it's actually going to benefit the campus rather than creating more division.
Juju on that beat! Juju on that beat! Juju on that, Juju on that, Juju on that beat! Now slide, drop, hit the buzzer stop! Hey, on that beat! Hey, Juju on that beat! Juju on that, Juju on that, Juju on that beat! Now slide, drop, hit the buzzer stop! Hey, do your dance, do your dance, do your dance! Hey!
When I see something like this, it's just...
Sorry, that beat. Did you see it too? No, I wasn't just freaking out for no reason. There was a beat. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these are the sort of walls that I want to see. This wall right here.
Yeah.
Love, right?
Yes.
How do we create more of that in the world? How do we get more love walls out?
Like, you gotta hug Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like them.
I was talking with one of them.
You just gotta do it. You gotta spread it.
Yeah, one of them has one of the free hug signs, and he said he tried to go give people hugs, and nobody was trying to. Right? Oh, there, look, here he is, right there. Sorry. You want to join our hug?
Yeah.
Jump in there. All right, cool. So now we got a Trump supporter in the hug. So, like you're right. I mean, like you're saying, we have to be able to hug one another and spread more love.
Yes.
Bring it in, man. See, this is exactly this is what we
just
need.
gotta spread
it's just
the
more
love.
more
Just
people.
because we don't agree doesn't mean we have to hate each other.
Yeah, you feel me? So I'm gonna get a free hug on.